Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another TEW2020 experiment of sorts here. Asking a big question. I'm sure it's on a lot of people's minds. What is going to happen in 2023 in terms of professional wrestling? Using the latest Real World Chronicles update, January 2023. Very useful. And what I've done, as you can see, is simulate forward to Monday, week 1, January 2024 to see what's going to happen. 2023 was, well, to me at least, the most news-filled year of wrestling I've ever seen. God, so much happened, I don't know where to begin. What's going to happen next year? Let's have a look. Wrestler of the Year, Bryan Danielson. I mean, he is very good, so fair enough. Company of the Year, New Japan. Another good year for them. Team of the Year will be the Young Bucks. Shocking from Big Dave. Match of the Year, Danielson and Allen versus Punk and Moxley. So Punk's going to come back to AEW at some point. And team of John Moxley. Sure. Show of the Year, New Japan. Young Wrestler of the Year will be Hook. So Tony Khan will start booking Hook again. Veteran Wrestler of the Year will be CM Punk. He's going to have a very good year at that. Female Wrestler of the Year, Becky Lynch. Not a shocker. The man is just very good, isn't she? Big year for Stardom. A big year for Mayu Iwatani. Manager of the Year is going to be Guido. Announcer of the Year is going to be Michael Cole. Color comms will be Milano Collection 80. Referee of the Year is going to be Sean Bennett, so keep an eye on Sean Bennett if you want to see some high quality officiating. Company wise, let's start with a big dub. Stephanie and Triple H. Becky Lynch will be officially put forward by WWE as the face of the company, the figurehead of it all. And they'll be building themselves around Roman, Becky, Ronda, Cody, and Randy. So Randy will come back at the very least, and Bray will be right up there as well. Title-wise, Money in the Bank will be won by Roman Reigns. It'll be interesting to see who ends his title reigns. Women's Money in the Bank will be won by Bianca Belair. The Women's Rumble, will be won by Ronda Rousey, who will be going back-to-back. And we'll get Ronda versus Charlotte 2 at Mania. Christ, I can imagine how well that would go down. And the Men's Rumble will be won by John Cena. After his big, final SmackDown 2022 appearance in that tag match, big win, he will win the Rumble and go on to face Roman at Mania. Potentially. I don't know what they did, but maybe. Title-wise, women's tag titles held by Rhea and Charlotte, who will set aside their differences and form a tag team. Sure. Damage Control will lose it to Natalya and Tamina, sure. And then Baszler and Doudrop, and then Rhea and Charlotte. Could happen, I guess. SmackDown Tag Titles, the Usos reigns. We ended by the New Day. Yep, typical. And then they'll lose it to Randy Orton and The Miz. They have history. The Miz cashed in the Money in the Bank to beat Randy to win his first WWE title. And now Randy and The Miz are going to form a tag team. Whilst the Usos Raw Tag Title reign will be ended by Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the Dirty Dogs. But then the Usos are just going to win it back anyway, so, hey-ho, there you go. Where are we going next? Let's go US. The US title currently held by Austin Theory, just Theory. Austin Theory. Yep, Austin Theory's going to lose it to Nakamura, banger, and he's going to lose it to Montez Ford. Montez Ford is going to get his first singles championship this year, the US title. Good for Ford. Good for Tez. I hope Dawkins is doing okay. Big Gary. But good. Nice moment for Ford. Intercontinental-wise, Gunther is on a lovely reign at the minute. And that reign will be ended by MVP of all people. MVP in March, just before Mania. Held it till July. He'll lose it to Elias. Elias finally wins his first WWE title. The Intercontinental title. And then Elias will lose it in December to Cameron Grimes. His first main roster piece of silverware, Cameron Grimes. Gets a lovely end to the year. Oh, ain't that a Merry, Merry Christmas. Happy for him. I like Cameron Grimes. SmackDown Women's, held by Charlotte. She just won it. Wow. Charlotte will hold it to Mania and lose it to Ronda. So, yes, Ronda wins the Rumble, has her rematch with Charlotte and wins it back. Then Ronda will lose it to Bayley at SummerSlam. But then at Survivor Series, Ronda will win it back again. So this is truly just the year of Ronda Rousey beating up the 4 Horsewomen. Whilst the Raw Women's title, currently held by Bianca, she will finally lose it at WrestleMania a year after she won it to Becky Lynch. They will have a rematch at WrestleMania. It's just rematches. So, yeah, Ronda and Charlotte and Bianca and Becky will both have rematches. And Bianca will this time lose to Becky Lynch. Lovely moment. And then at Survivor Series War Games, Bianca will win it back off Becky. Yeah, they don't have a wide variety of women's champions, especially, do they? Ronda, Charlotte, Bianca, Becky. They threw a Bayley in there at least. Whilst the WWE title will start with Roman Reigns the champ at the minute. His reign will be ended by Bobby Lashley of the Hurt Business at WrestleMania 39. Yep. Who holds it Survivor Series War Games, who loses it to Braun Strowman. So Braun Strowman brought back by Triple H and will be made WWE Champion, which is a choice. Whilst the Universal Championship reign of Roman Reigns, over 2 years long. You know, the question of will he ever lose it? Who will he lose it to? In the end, Roman Reigns' Universal Championship reign will be put to an end by Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I mean, you know what? Some of this feels weirdly possible. A lot of it. I could definitely see that. Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns to win the Universal Championship, and he holds it till September, and then he loses to Kevin Owens. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, banger. And then Kevin Owens is world champion again. I don't mind a lot of this reality, honestly. That's fine. I'll just double check that, but yeah. That's once again, John Cena leaves WWE, and so does Goldberg, and so does Edge. Edge is focusing on Percy Jackson, and he really wanted to focus on it. WrestleMania Saturday in the main event, Cody will defeat Roman, and Becky defeats Bianca and Asuka as well. So it's not just a straight up rematch. Asuka's in there as well. Lashley and Goldberg team up to face Logan Paul and Brock Lesnar. What a match! And instead of Dom versus Mysterio, it's Balor of Judgment Day versus Mysterio. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. This is a very nice card, isn't it? Got Baron Corbin, Ciampa, and The Miz. What a squad. WrestleMania Sunday, Naomi will return and team with Raquel Rodriguez, okay? WrestleMania Sunday, Rhodes defeats McIntyre, Lashley defeats Roman and Seth. So Roman, yeah. WrestleMania Saturday, you'd think they'd switch those around, but nope. WrestleMania Saturday, he'll lose to Cody Rhodes in a tables match. And WrestleMania Sunday, it's Roman versus Seth versus Bobby Lashley, the Shield triple threat of Mania at last. And Lashley will win. Bray Wyatt and John Cena versus Logan Paul and Brock Lesnar. Logan Paul and Lesnar will team twice at Mania, and they'll lose to Lashley and Goldberg, and then they'll lose to the dream team of Wyatt and Cena together at last. Wow. Ronda versus Charlotte, Rhea and Bayley. At least that's not a straight up rematch. It was on the Saturday. It's not now. Balor and Mysterio will fight again. Zayn and Owens will fight again. If it's not broke, the fans did chant fight forever. And yeah. Weirdly coherent. Sometimes TEW is weirdly coherent, and it really throws me off. The best pay-per-view of the year will be WrestleMania Sunday, the second night. The best match of the year will be Lynch versus Asuka. Fair enough. And also Roman versus Balor versus Sami Zayn in a steel cage. Banger. A lot of Roman and Becky on this list. Yep, the top 8 features either Roman Reigns or Becky Lynch. 4 each. Fair enough to the pair of them. And stable-wise, if you're curious, we're going to get some fun stables. The Brawling Brutes. Butch gets kicked out and Drew McIntyre gets officially brought in. Hit Row will still be here. Legado will have no new members. Maximum Male Models, no new members. The Bloodline kicked out Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa. Sorry, Solo. And the New Day is, 3/3 of the group, currently known as the New Day. Is Big E back? Is Big E? No injury. Has he been wrestling? I've been concerned. Yes, Big E will come back in October. He'll win his return match, and then he'll just get pumped by the Brawling Brutes a few times, and then Randy and The Miz, and then The Miz and Ciampa, if you're curious what's going on there. So it's just kind of a weird threesome of Randy and The Miz are the SmackDown Tag Team Champs, but The Miz also teams with Ciampa. Sure. That's what's happening in WWE. AEW, CM Punk gets brought back, of course. TBS title, Jade Cargill's undefeated streak and reign will be ended in May by Kiera Hogan. Wow, sure. And then Kiera loses to Serena, who loses to Ruby. The TNT title. Yep. Samoa Joe will lose to Andrade. Nice for Andrade to do something. Loses to Bryan Danielson, banger, who loses to CM Punk. Bryan Danielson versus CM Punk for the TNT title. What a match. Jesus. Do they do tournaments? They don't. The Full Gear World Title Eliminator will be won by Chris Jericho, a nice young up-and-comer getting his shot. FTW title. Hook will lose it to Swerve. Will lose it to Evil Uno. Will lose it to Danhausen. At least Hookhausen start and end the year with the title. The tag team titles, okay. Bowens and Castle will lose it to Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, who will lose it to Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. The World Trios titles will be won by Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, but not at the end of the best of 7 later on in the year, and then they'll eventually lose it to Cassidy, Beretta and Taylor, the best friends. Women's World title, Jamie Hayes will lose it to Britt Baker, so Britt Baker comes out on top in that feud, of course, and then Thunder Rosa finally returns to reclaim her championship. And then world title wise, wow, okay, MJF will hold the title to September, and then he'll lose it to Sting. I guess Sting got tired of MJF calling his adopted son Darby Allin a school shooter. Sting, okay. When in doubt. So AEW's two big men's champions, the TNT and the World title. The TNT champion is CM Punk, and the World champion is Sting. Sure. Sting's fought twice this year. He lost to Kazuyuki Fujita at Noah New Year, January, and then he beat MJF. What led to this? Why did Tony Khan at All Out suddenly say, you know what, Sting, go on, go on then, get in there, you so and so. Oh my God, Danielson Claudio, BCC Explode, Punk Jericho, Moxley and Page versus the Acclaimed. I got some nice matches here. When's the next special show? Because I'm just curious, because Sting just doesn't fight. He just hasn't fought since he won the title, or before he won the title. CM Punk is main eventing with the TNT Championship. Sting is just, a guy holding the title and not wrestling. The best show, pay-per-view wise, will be All Out. I mean, it ends with Sting becoming the world champion, so, and his last match, apparently. And the best match will be a almost perfect match between Danielson and Allen versus Punk and Moxley. Yep. And then also, if you want to see a really good match, go watch Danielson and Jericho versus Punk and Moxley. Yeah, sure. Jesus Christ. And stable-wise, AEW, a few stables. The baddies. The baddies are going to get a new member in the form of Miro. Tony finally came up with something for him. He's the deputy of the baddies. The Death Triangle is still intact. LFI, Andrade, Tolistico, Pero Pergriso, and Jose the Assistant. The Elite is Kenny, Matt, Nick, and Nakazawa still. The Factory, QT, Aaron, Anthony Cole, Lee, and Nick Comorotto. The Firm is Stokely, The Guns, Page, Lee, and Big Bill still. The Truth Busters is Ari Daivari, Slim J, and Sonny Kiss. And the Wingmen is Benoni, Drake, and Henry. Wow. 5 faces of AEW, and their world champion is Sting. Wow. Okay, fair enough. Look at New Japan. I don't really know New Japan well, but still work hard as the figurehead. We'll go over the champs for you. Best of the Super Juniors will be won by Taguchi for the second time. 11 years after his first win, the G1 Climax will be won by Will Ospreay. Junior Heavyweight title by Kushida, who will defeat Ishimori to win it. Junior Heavyweight tag titles by Sho and Yo. That's nice to say. They'll beat Taguchi and Wato, who beat Akira and TJ Perkins on the first show of the year. IWGP Tag Team titles will go to Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens, who will beat FTR to do so, whilst the United States Heavyweight title will be won by Suzuki, who will defeat Will Ospreay, who won the vacant title. No, Will Ospreay's the champ, he'll lose it to Suzuki. World Television title will be won by Wato, will be introduced and won by Master Wato. The World Tag League will be won by Jeff Cobb and the Great O'Han. The New Japan Pro Wrestling Super Junior Tag League, wow, will be won by Bushi and Tako Michinoku. The New Japan Cup will be won by Tanahashi. The Never Openweight 6-man tag team titles will be won by absolutely no one because they've been vacant for 6 months after Ishii, Goto, and Yoshihashi vacated them. No, they vacated them 4 weeks ago. Sorry, at the beginning of December. They won it off Evil, Sho, and Jujiro Takahashi. The Never Openweight title will be won by Hiromu Takahashi, who will defeat the vacancy of Carl Anderson not being the champion because he's in the dub now. And the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship will be won by Kota Ibushi, who will defeat Jay White for the title. Lovely. Ring of Honor, let's jump over there. Ring of Honor will sign Chad Gable. Chad Gable will leave WWE and become the Ring of Honor World Champion. Okay, sure. So yeah, Pure Championship is vacant. Wheeler Yuta is literally just vacated it today because his reign goes to January 2024. So he's vacated it today. The world champion is Chad Gable, like we said. He'll defeat Cesaro in July for the belt. So very quickly he wins that title. He goes to Ring of Honor and he wins it very quickly. World Television title will go to Bateman, who will defeat Samoa Joe. Tag team titles will be won by the Authors of Pain, who will defeat the Briscoe brothers. Thank God. 6-man tag titles are vacant. Dalton, Jay, and Mark Briscoe, what a threesome. Defeated Cage, Khan, and Tolina, and then vacated the belts. They've been vacant for 7 months. I don't know if we're getting new champs. Survival of the Fittest doesn't happen, but the Women's World title does, and Brandy Lauren will win it off Athena. Wow. Good for you, Chad. Chad Gable. Face of the place. Christopher Daniels is the booker. Face of the place, Chad Gable. WWE, actually, I'm intrigued. I know John Cena's left. Let me go here. If it will load. 2023 story type. I'd like workers leaving. God, what is it? Signings, extensions, workers leaving. That's it. Any big names leaving? Well, Cena, Edge. Oh God, Angela Dawkins leaves. Sad. But he's the Impact Digital Media Champion, so every cloud. We get Dawkins versus Joe Hendry. There you go. That's your cloud. Apollo Crews left. Chad Gable left. Of course, we know Rick Boogs. Apollo Crews left again. This is just alone. He's still in NXT. Vinci will leave, so Imperium's getting broken up. Luke Gallows will leave. He wasn't here for long. Damian Priest will leave. Oh, sorry, Damian. LA Knight will leave. Come on, Triple H. Tamina will leave in the saddest news possible. And then a quick follow-up is R-Truth, which is also very, very sad, of course. NXT while we're here. Title-wise, Byron Saxton left. That's sad. Dusty Rhodes aren't set up, but the women's tag titles we won by Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn, so they'll get over their current problems. They'll beat Leons and Stark, who will also get over their current problems, who defeated Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn, who quickly got over their current problems, who won the vacant titles after Casey Squared, I assume, vacated it for a call-up. The men's tag team will be Ilya Drogov and Ike Manjiro. God, I need this tag team now. They'll beat Pretty Deadly, who'll defeat The New Day to win their titles back. North American title will be Grayson Waller. He'll defeat Wes Lee to finally win the gold, and he's held it for 5 months, so he's going strong. Women's title, Nikita Lyons will defeat Roxanne Perez, who held it for 1 week short of a full year. So it's going to be the year of Roxanne Perez, whilst Apollo Crews is going to win the NXT title. He's going to beat Bron Breakker in August. Bron Breakker had a long-ass reign, didn't he? God. Yeah, he'll lose it to Apollo Crews. He'll finally become NXT champion. Good for Apollo. And let's end things off in Impact, shall we? Digital Media Champion is Big Gary Gordon. He'll defeat Moose in a dream match. He'll defeat Gresham. He'll defeat Joe Hendry. But we get Joe Hendry, Gary Gordon at some point. I won't check. I'll just live in that reality. Knockouts Tag Team Champs are vacant. Yep. Taya Valkyrie and Alicia vacated them. Sure. World Men's Tag Champs. Yep. Myers and Cardona will get back together and win the titles off Shelley and Sabre and the Motor City Machine Guns. They'll be feuding for the entirety of the year over those titles, so get used to it. X Division title belongs to Rich Swann, who will defeat Juice Robinson, who defeated Rich Swann, who won the vacant titles after Trey Miguel vacated them. The Knockouts title goes to Mickie James. She beat Jessica, who beat Taya Valkyrie, who beat Jordan Grace. And the Impact World title belonged to Jonathan Gresham. He did do so well on the PWI 500. It's nice that Scott D'Amore has rewarded him. And he beat Bobby Fish. Where's the lie? Who beat Josh Alexander? Jonathan Gresham versus Bobby Fish for the Impact World title. How the hell is Impact only 5th in the world when they booked that? God, I need to see that match now, actually. Sorry. Give me a minute. I need to go and have a look at that. Deanna's just left. What's wrong with you? God. Jonathan Gresham, Ginny, and Trick. I'm sorry, I have to investigate this. I'll have to go investigate that in a minute. There's so much I need to see. Jonathan Gresham versus Bobby Fish first. How much fish would Bobby Fish fry? Bobby Fish could fry fish. Where is it? Impact World Title. No. Where? Oh Christ! I feel like I'm blind. GCW Impact World Title. There we go. Impact Bound for Glory. The main event. Jonathan Gresham beats Bobby Fish in a 68 rated matchup. There was 100 in all of our hearts, I'm sure. Wow. And then I need to go look at Tricky Williams to see what that darn dirty dog is getting up to with Ginny, who's dating Walter, isn't she? If so, brave move, Trick. Yep. Wow. The biggest wrestling news story of the year. Ginny will cheat on Gunter with Trick Williams. Can you blame her? Trick is a brave man. Gunter, Chris Brooks, Joe Nelson, Jonathan Gresham, Kid Lycos, Kyle Fletcher, Mark Davis, Metty Han, Timothy Thatcher, and also Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. It doesn't say it, but it is. All hate Trick Williams now. That darn dirty dog, Trick Williams. You can't blame Ginny. He is irresistible. But I think that is all. If there's anything else you want me to look at specifically, let me know in the comments down below. But still, an idea of what may be to come in 2023. What do you think is going to happen in 2023? What do you want to happen in 2023? Do you think any of the stuff in here is accurate? I definitely think there's some stuff in here that very well could happen, like Roman Reigns losing to Cody Rhodes, and that's being how his Universal title reign ends. I could definitely see that happening. If the Hurt Business were to reform, I could see Lashley defeating Reigns. That could be a banger. There's definitely some stuff in here I can see happening. Maybe not The Miz and Randy Orton forming a tag team. Maybe not that one. But there's definitely some stuff. I could see Cameron Grimes winning the title. I could see probably not Sting becoming the AEW World Champion after fighting only once the entire year, but maybe. That's going to be it for today, though. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please do leave a like. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts. Like I said, would love to hear them. And subscribe for more. Here's to plenty more content in 2023. And yeah, as always, just want to say a very, very special New Year 2023. Thank you for watching.